Hi, I'm Isaac Prince, and today I'm going to give you 6 ways you can develop a confident mindset. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is social media. What most teenagers are actually doing is compulsively using social media. So that means they open their phone, scroll, check for messages, check for likes, posts, anything, and they're constantly checking, because when they get that post, they get that like, they get that message, it's actually giving them a dopamine boost. Dopamine is a natural drug that goes off in your brain. It's a chemical, and what happens is that's like the feel-good chemical. So you win a game on freaking, who knows, I don't know, Fortnite, video games, etc. You get a post, someone says you're pretty, or you get a message, and you almost feel like that feeling of validation. That can get very addicting, especially, now this is important, especially when you're not getting that feeling from something else. So that's like, if you're not getting any validation from your family, your friends, even from yourself, if you're not actually validating yourself or doing things that are validating you as, this is my standard, then you're gonna seek that anywhere else. You seek that validation. As humans, we're trying to kind of prove to ourselves that we're this standard, that we're that standard. If our standard is that we're a sucky person, we're gonna act like a sucky person. If our standard is that we're a great person or a nice person, we're gonna actually treat people around us like we're nice people. So after this habit forms of you compulsively using social media, then that basically violates your standards. And then what happens is your standard goes low. And so you might think, if my standard's low, then I can't beat my standard. Well, why do you want that standard in the first place? If you meet that standard, which is I waste all my time, and I love using TikTok and scrolling. I love all the likes in the feed. That's subconsciously making you unhappy because that validation isn't real. Social media, as real as it looks and as real as it feels, is fake. And this is, by the way, this is actually my personal experience. I wouldn't say I used to compulsively use social media, but what I really did was I used it without intention. I'd scroll, I'd get on, I'd honestly just grab my phone, be like, okay, what's going on, check, or I'd just be like, on, nothing, off, on, nothing, off. I've actually removed all my notifications, so I'm not constantly getting this, oh, someone said this, someone posted that, It's like, no, focus on what you're doing, get it done, move on. So how do we own it? Okay, here's what I do. The clock app on my Apple phone, every time I go into an app, I have the folder, I click on the clock, press stopwatch, swipe over, get into my apps, do what I need to do. Do I need to produce, send, whatever? And I'm using it to produce content that is adding value to people. And it's not necessarily just about adding value to people, I need to talk to this person, I need to do this, do that. But if you're not using compulsively, it's a lot better than using it compulsively. So that's my big solution is get the clock app, or it's probably already downloaded and you have an Android there. I'm sure there's some whatever. Most phones have some kind of app where you can press stopwatch. Stopwatch, how much time am I using? You're thinking about, what am I doing? Am I doing what I wanted to do? Because now you're not just being like, my intention on social media is to go and post a story and I'll post this, That's your whatever. Then you go on TikTok and you're like, next thing you know, you wasted like an hour and a half. So what you really want to do is that makes you more aware. So like, okay, I've probably spent 10 seconds. Oh no, the clock's ticking. I need to be like this. Do this. We're done. Because your brain wants to meet that. Your brain doesn't want to look at the clock and be like, I just spent an hour and a half. So that's the main thing I have for basically, not compulsively using social media. And that's going to help you actually be more confident because you're going to be like, my standard is here and I'm meeting that standard. Or at least I'm trying to meet this standard. Versus I'm going to kind of let social media define my standard. I'm going to let other people define my standard, my intention, intentional about how you use your time. And that's going to help you on social media, and that will help you be more confident. Now, a lot of us get really, jealous of other people. We see people on their level or their year, 30, or they're on their videos are this good, their content's this good. Even if wow, they freaking look, more attractive than I do. Oh, they're better at this sport than I am. Oh, they have more friends than I do. We're constantly comparing ourselves to other people, and it just gets in this big ugly mess. Now, here's what I want to share with you. Now, most teenagers, most kids, they're going over to, freaking who knows who, some kid, and they're thinking of all the ways they're actually not as good. Oh, this person is better with girls than I am. This person has more social media attention. This person is more athletic, more whatever. They're just better. This, that. Next thing you know, they're feeling envious, jealous, And they even start to kind of like resent themselves for not being as good as this freaking standard. So it's like, you're sabotaging yourself. Now here's what I want to share. That is all being created by you and how you look at it. Now I just share with you how I usually look at it. How am I less than this person? And I don't want you to think, am I more than this person? I'm not trying to build your ego. I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm faster than this person, because that actually is a sign of insecurity. You know, if you're constantly looking at people and being like, well, you know, I think I'm probably better than this, better at that, you know, you're trying to compensate for your insecurity. Now, here's what I really want to share with you. Stop, instead of comparing how am I less, be like, okay, this person is better at this sport than I am. How can I actually learn from them instead of just being envious and jealous? Big shift, right? So if I'm looking at, you know, whatever, and he's faster than I am, instead of being like, oh, frick, you know, this guy, oh, he's so fast, and kind of like almost putting him down, even if I'm not telling it to his face, I'm putting him down to try and make me feel better. And we do that all the time. People are like, oh, don't be a bully. And we're like, oh, we're not bullies. But what we do is we bully. We're just not freaking brave enough to actually say it to other people. Instead of saying, how can I compare myself? How do I meet with this person? How is he hired, or she, or whatever? Think, how can I learn from this person? How can I use what this person's using and maybe better it to my life? How can you improve yourself? How can they teach you something? Even if it's like, you know, don't do this or do this. How can I learn? How can I be taught? And that develops more kind of a humble mindset where it's not like, I'm better than you, I'm less than you, I'm this. It's like, I'm willing to learn, I'm willing to grow myself, and I'm willing to basically not be right here all the time. If it means I have to be right here someday. Alright, the next thing I want to share with you guys is stop judging yourself, start improving yourself. How do you not compare yourself to yourself? So it's like, my standard is right here, but my standard really is right here. And it's like, there's too much of a gap, or I'm not meeting my expectations. I'm gonna wake up at this time, you sleep in. I am this good at sports, and you suck. I'm this and that, and then someone's like, I'm the nicest person anyone's ever met. And someone talks to you, and they're like, you suck. And you're like, oh, how dare you, you have no idea. You have no idea how amazing I am. And it's like, okay. Self-awareness is viewing yourself objectively. I am not LeBron James. I am a junior jazz 5th grader. That's self-awareness. Now, that doesn't mean you have to beat yourself and be like, oh, frick, I'm this low and I want to be this high. I thought I was this, but I'm actually this. It's like, cool, I know where I am. I'm self-aware and I own it. You have to own it. You can't be like, well, I'm actually right here, but it's fine because whatever, because my mom and my dad and this and that. Own it. Own yourself. Everything is your fault. Everything is whatever. I mean, you gotta own it, right? So own who you are, own where you're at, and then be like, okay, now I can go higher. Because if you're right here, and then you think you can go like this versus, oh yeah, I think I'm right here, and now I can just get that little more where I can get this high. It's like, no, you're actually right here. So you actually need to figure out what kind of skills, or what kind of patterns or habits you develop to get to that goal. Be self-aware about it. And don't judge yourself. People justify judging themselves as being like, oh, well, I'm actually making myself better by judging myself. You know, it's like, you're judging yourself, which is hurting your self-esteem, which doesn't actually help you achieve anything because it's not specific. You're not actually going for something. It's not like, well, I sucked at this, but I'm actually going to do this and this to get better. It's actually, I suck at this. Well, I suck at this. Or it's, I suck at this, and I'll do better. Find out what you lack. Find out where you're truly at. Own it. Figure out the actual strategy you need to figure out to go to where you want to be. Personal growth. Personally grow yourself from here to here. You must personally grow yourself. I found that when I feel insecure, when I start comparing myself to the standard, or I start comparing myself to, I need to be like this, I need to be like that, which isn't a wrong thing to do. The only problem is, if you're like, I want to be this, and then your actions suck, and your actions are in no way correlated. If you say you want to be more productive on social media, and you go on social media for 4 hours, what are you telling yourself? You're telling yourself you don't keep commitments to yourself. You're telling yourself that your time doesn't matter. So what do you gotta do? Own it. Be self-aware. Own where you're at right now. Figure out the strategies you gotta do to get up here. All right, next up, do the hard things. Teenagers don't wanna do hard things unless there's a gain. So, I said gain, right? What I mean by that is I'm not gonna go on social media unless I feel good. People go on social media because it gives them dopamine, which makes them feel good, which is getting that gain. I'm not going to play sports if I suck at sports. That is so fundamentally true. If you're great at football, you wanna pursue football. You're like, oh frick, I'm good at this. So people want gain. They want to consume. They want to almost validate themselves. And that's just like, oh, tell me I'm pretty. No. It's like, I want to validate myself as a person. If you are a person that sucks at everything, you hate yourself, you judge others, kind of have these bad patterns, it's not going to be the best for you in terms of life, in terms of success, in terms of happiness. So do the hard things. That means putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation. Now that could be working out and not working out for the gram. That could be going on a hike and not hiking for the gram. That could be going on a run and not going on a run for the gram. Not waking up out of your bed for the gram. No, we're not doing this for other people. We're doing this because I, as a self-aware person, want to be happy with my life. I want to live with purpose. So I can give it to others. This was one of the biggest things I missed when I first started, personal development, is I thought it's like consume, and you go up. But really, it's consume, produce, up. If you're a reservoir, you're not going anywhere. You're just kind of, pouring water, you just kind of sit there. Now, rivers are going like, and they're going everywhere. They're going so fast. They're going through. The rivers are seeing new things. They're transforming in new places. And it's basically like you're moving. You're not staying and being complacent. You want to be a river, not a reservoir. That means you don't want to just pull in information. You want to actually give it to other people. That gives you purpose. That makes you fulfilled. That gives you the gain. The gain that you want. The gain that you need. The gain you need for validation. So do the hard things. Make yourself uncomfortable. People think the comfort zone is their friend. The uncomfort zone is your friend. You want to get comfortable with pain? Pain's your friend. You want to get better at something you suck at? Sucking is your friend. If you fail at something, but to get better so you can make other people better, failing is your friend. Now what I really want to share with you is how can you laugh at yourself? So most teenagers take themselves too seriously. Most teenagers walk down the hall and they're like, how can I hide my face? Make sure no one sees it. Make sure no one sees my acne. Make sure no one sees my smile. No. Tough. I'm tough. I'm cool. So, it's such a weird, I honestly don't understand it. I actually never went through that phase where it's like, yeah, I'm cool. I don't smile. I don't laugh. I don't react. I don't do whatever. I'm kind of cool, But I make sure I'm tough, so everyone thinks I'm cool. Not bro. Let me spill some knowledge on you guys for a sec. Let me give you guys some self-awareness. You're not as cool as you think you are. You're not as attractive as you think you are. You're not as good as you think you are. And honestly, you can do a lot better at a lot of things. Laugh at yourself. Think of a scenario. This is a funny one. No, I like when I'm walking through the hall and I go like this. And I just walk down and I try as hard as I can to keep that face. I'm just like, and I just look at people in the eyes and I see their reaction. And either they're just like this back, or they just kind of go, they're so they're not trying to be too extra, not try hard. They're just like, or they'll kind of give me a weird look because it's weird. And I think it gives me the big. It's so. Come on. If I just look at myself, I'm like, it's just funny. It's just funny. Or and this is kind of self-deprecation humor, but it's like when you're bowling or something and you bowl and it goes straight into the gutter, and you're just like, well, What are you gonna do about it? It goes straight together, and you're just like, I can either freaking be a tool about this, or it's just funny, dude. Don't take it so seriously. Life is about how many times you can laugh in a day. If you're not laughing, you're not experiencing life. If you're taking yourself more humbly, being like, I'm actually not this good, and I can laugh about it, you have all the power in the world. You do. Because someone's either gonna be like, oh, you suck, or you're gonna be like, I suck, bro. I'm not LeBron James. I can't dunk. Then someone not, they're not gonna be like, oh, well, you suck. You'll be like, yo, I suck, and it's awesome. I suck and it's awesome. Now no one can say anything. You can't say anything because you own it, and you're like, this actually is awesome because now I'm laughing at it. I feel better about myself. It's so much better than being like, well, it was bad. They saw you. Ooh. Just make sure you don't react. Don't smile. Do not laugh. Don't say too many things. And just be cool, just like cool faces. Don't snap. Alright, the last thing I want to share with you guys is take full ownership. Now, I have to admit, I actually get this from this guy I listen to named Gary Vee. This is so powerful. Taking full ownership. And in fact, I actually have that quote right here. Everything is on you. Everything is your fault. Gary Vee. Not sure if you guys can see that or not, but this is so powerful. Everything is your fault. Take full ownership. Now, what does it really mean? I mean, I think that means you don't complain, you don't make excuses, and you do not blame other people. You do not blame other people. Sorry I'm late, teacher. My mom, whatever, didn't drive me here fast enough. Now, how can you own that? It's your mom's fault. Oh my gosh, my mom got me the wrong present again. Oh, and what are you gonna do about it? You can complain and act like a tool. You can, push accountability, push ownership on other people, and you're just like, oh, I'm just kind of reacting to everything, and everything just kind of bounces off me, and I bounce off, and then everything's, and you're just reacting to everything, and you're not taking ownership for who you are. Let me spill some truth on you guys for a sec. You have full control over this. And this controls this. Your mind influences your psychology. Or you can even say your mind is your psychology, whatever. You have control over this mind. And you're wasting it on whatever. And so I say this to you to be like, everything's your fault. And then you can't be resentful. Because if it's like, my mom was late driving me to school, and it's my mom's fault, now you're just acting like a punk all day. Mom, showing her late. Mom forgot my lunch. This always happens. She's the worst. Ugh. Person said I look fat today. Are you gonna take ownership? You know what? I'm not this fit. Even if your mom was like late to pick you up or late to whatever, maybe you should have called her earlier. Maybe you should have given her a heads up. Or maybe you just need to toughen up and own your life. Maybe you just need to toughen up and own your emotions. Everyone thinks emotions are like this. No. Emotions aren't flying little specks of, feeling and passion that just, oh no, it's gonna hit me. Ah! Now I'm a grump. No. This is emotion. Emotion is habit, patterns, and it's how you react and how you respond. Are you gonna act like a punk? Or are you gonna act proactive? Are you gonna, this is your choice. This is all your choice. So own it. Own everything. And that doesn't mean like you get in this terrible habit where you're like, oh my gosh, I could have done this, I could have done this. It's more of like, maybe I'll try not to do it again. Maybe I'll stop doing this thing that I keep doing that's actually sabotaging myself. And then it's like, I don't resent other people because now they have nothing over me. If I give that power to someone where it's like, oh, this is my favorite. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Okay, you want to walk downstairs and go and lay on the other side of the bed? I mean, what do you want to do? Maybe you should go and lay on the other side. Well, that's not really good. Oh, exactly. It's your mindset. Change it. You own everything. You own your flaws. You own whatever happens to you. And then it's like, I can't pin it on other people. I can't be resentful. And then you have the ultimate confident mindset. Alright guys, I want to go through all 6 one last time. Here we go. Number 1, don't let social media own you. Number 2, how can I learn versus how am I jealous? Number 3, Don't judge yourself, improve yourself. Number 4, do the hard things. Number 5, how can I laugh at myself? Number 6, take full ownership. I'm grateful that you guys watch this video, whether it's through my social medias or whatnot. You know, I'm very grateful that I'm able to not be a reservoir and actually pour value into all you. And hopefully, you know, I can make your day better. Hopefully I can make, you know, your friend's day better, because you are going to go and you're going to talk to your friends and family and you're going to tell them what you learned and tell them how you're going to put it into your life. Hope I could have added value today. Go follow me on my social medias. It'll be in the link in the description. More videos to come. I'm trying 2 YouTube videos like this a week. The theme of the month is confidence. It's all about confidence, baby. How can we get more confident? How can we make other people around us more confident? Thank you so much for watching this video. See you next time.